Hi there, this is Ronnie coming at you with a video, and it's going to be a nice little game review. I got this game about 6 months ago for my birthday, and I have enjoyed playing it ever since. And that game is Pandemic by Zeman Games. This is the second edition. Um, I have a nice collection of board games and card games now. Uh, I'm still primarily a role-playing game player. Um, but one of the things I have noticed for the overwhelming majority of board games and card games is that they are confrontational. You're playing against the other players. Um, whereas RPGs, for the most part, the players are playing cooperatively. What I enjoy about Pandemic is that it is not a confrontational board game, it is a cooperative. Now, it's not the only one that's out there. There are others that are co-op games. But this is definitely one of them, and it's quite a well sort of respected one. And I've played it a few times now, and I've only beat it once, or been in a team that beat it once, because it's quite intense. Essentially, the scenario is that the players, and it's 2 to 4 players, are members of an elite sort of disease control uh, sort of force medical team. Four rather virulent diseases. They're not given names, there's merely colours. There is red, yellow, blue, and black. And I'm sure people will come up with names for them. But they're not given specific names in the game. But you are charged with finding cures for those diseases. In game terms, that means getting to a research station and discarding 5 cards of the same colour: red, black, blue, and yellow. There is one of the characters that you play. You each get a character that have a special ability. One of them, one of the special abilities in one of the characters is the fact they only need 4 cards. That is the only way to win. There are 3 ways to lose. There is an outbreak meter, little guy at the bottom that runs from 1 to 8. If it gets down to 8, game over. The diseases are considered to be completely rampant. You have a pile. It's basically a pile of cards that can be names of cities with different colours. They can be special abilities and special cards. And if you run out of them, game over, with no resources. The game starts with 24 little blocks of each of the 4 colours, and they're placed over the board depending on cards during the mechanics. And if at any time you run out of them to the point where you can't actually put more blocks on when required, the disease is considered rampant. Now, it doesn't even have to be all 4. It can be one of those 4 colours. If you run out of any of those 4 colours, the game is gone. The game is over. It's an extremely intense game. I love it. I have to say that. I had heard so much about it, and I got it as a birthday present, as I say, and I just fell for it. First couple of games, I was sort of tentative because I was learning the rules. The rules are actually fairly simple. Each player has 3 stages. You first take 4 actions. These can be moving your piece from one city to another, building a research station, curing treating a disease, and so on. There's a nice little list of the different ones you can do. You then After you've made those 4 actions, you pick up 2 cards, one at a time, from this little pile of cards that you get. And then a certain number of cards, depending on a tracker that's ongoing. Certain cards that you pick up can cause that tracker to move up, so that more cards come out in the third part of your move, and whatever city is pulled out, you put more cubes down to show that there's more infection. It sounds a little more complicated when I'm explaining it there than it actually is. It plays very fast. It plays in about an hour and a half tops. A lot less if you get completely run over, which is what happened at one point with us. One of the games I played was a 4-player, and we got hit by one of these outbreak cards very, very early on, epidemic cards, they're called. And we get hit by one of those in the first turn, and after that we were just playing catch up. We just lost it completely from that point on. I think it's a marvelous weekend. I really do. I think it's superb. I think if you like a good intense game that's very involved, I say get it. One of the other things is, because it's a cooperative game, you will either all win or all lose. It creates a different atmosphere around the table. To me, it reminds me more of RPGs than your traditional board games, because you're not playing against other players, you're playing with them. There's a lot of conversation, there's a lot of planning and plotting that goes on in the game. Because we're all working together to that one goal, and I like that. I like it very, very much. So I would say, if you can find it, get it. It's well worth your time.